I thought since we had a little bit of extra time, I might explain a bit about the difference between the organ you just heard and the organ you're going to hear, which is the difference between a church organ, a classical organ, and a theater organ, or a cinema organ in the UK. And they're based on totally different concepts of organ building. They're the same in that they have keyboards, they all have pedal boards, you play with your feet, and they all create sounds with ranks of pipes. But it's a bit of a different principle here. You see on these stops, they're called stops, and this is how you get sound. You push one down, or any combination. It's like painting. You know, you get a little bit of this color, a little bit of that color, and put it together and get what you want. So both church organs and theater organs have different stops. But if you go up to the loft in the church and you look at the organ, you will see far fewer of these stops. That's what they're called. I don't know how many this is. This is maybe 100 something. This is a lot. Whereas the organ in the church has much fewer. Each stop in the church controls one rank of pipes, essentially. There's exceptions, but we'll not get into that. So when you push down a stop, you get an 8-foot pitch of whatever flute or string or trumpet or something, you get that. In a theater organ, if you were to go back here, you'd see one long rank of pipes, for example, it's called 16-foot, from which they would derive 5 or 6 or 7 different stops. So you see the different colors here. That's also different. On church organs, you don't have colors on your stops. They're not literal colors. Here they're literal colors. So when you see red, what kind of sound do you think that would represent? What? Oh, okay. No. So, what sort of instrument in the orchestra sounds red? Horns or trumpets? Yes. I should have asked the question like that. So, we have different types of orchestral imitative stops here. So we have this guy, like an oboe. It kind of sounds like itself, not like anything else. And then so more like a trumpet sort of sound. And then we have these white stops, which are basically flutes. Is anybody playing flute out there? Yeah. Well, you're not going to fool anybody by playing this. They're not going to think, but it's pretty close, isn't it? So those are the white ones, and the yellow ones. Any guesses? What orchestral? What? Strings. Yeah. I didn't even get the question out. You got it. So the yellow ones are strings. I'm trying not to die while I do this. So you can combine these different colors. So I can combine a flute, for example, with a string. And if I wanted, I could add a reed. on a church organ, each one of those stops is one rank of pipes. But like I said, you'll have different pitches. And this brings us to another point. On the organ, we have the stops, the pipes are of different sizes. And we have what's called pedal stops. Is this on? Okay, there. The pedal stops are is it off? Something happened? We'll see. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so if a stop has 16 on it, that means the lowest pipe is 16 feet tall. There's some exceptions, but I don't want to get into that. And those produce the lowest sounds on the organ. And actually, this organ has two 32-foot stops. Basically, you can just feel those, or three actually. So the lower the pitch, the designation, the numeric designation, the lower the pitch. And we have some very high pitches too. That is 1 foot, which means the lowest pitched pipe is 1 foot tall. So again, you add the colors and you add the pitches to create music. And here we have, I know you can't all see from this direction, well, maybe I should do this direction. So we have, for example, this. I know you can't see these, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 stops that I've just turned on. They're all playing from one rank. So in a church organ, you don't have that. Each stop is one rank. This you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 playing from one rank. So that's how you get all these multiple stops when it doesn't actually reflect how many pipes are there. But it's very creative. We can make all sorts of creative sounds. So I thought maybe I'll play a little bit and just so what. Oh, I forgot one very important thing. The church organ also, quite sadly, does not have, and they never do, the toy counter. No, I don't really want to give these all away, but so you will hear all of these in certain successions in the movie. So church organs do not have these lovely toy counters. Oh, this is really nice too. You can do it with your feet. Again, I hate to give this away now. Now you will be excited when you hear these for the first time. mention about the organ is how we get dynamics, how we get loud and soft. And we're talking about the ranks which produce the sound. Well, they never change. They're like whistles. Pipes are like whistles. And you get sound by air going through it. But the only way to make ranks louder or softer is to enclose them in a box. So these pedals down here, which maybe later you can come and see, there's pedals. These open and close boxes in which pipes are enclosed. So I can make things louder or softer with these, they're called swell pedals. So this is at the softest. And I can close them. So there's actually 3 different enclosures on this organ. It's just the magic of these boxes. So maybe I will leave it at that, and in a few minutes we will begin our movie, and I'll have a few words about that too.